something from Tim Hortons I've never had before. A garlic supreme stack. So it's got, I guess, a lot of beef on there and some different things like that. Looks pretty good. I can't wait to try it. I got their sea salt wedges. Never had those before. Nice. Oh, I got a bubbly. There it is right there. So I'm going to try this, but before I do, Cheese Hound had a birthday September 3rd. Now, my apologies for not getting it out sooner, but the scheduling is very difficult these days, and I'm going to explain that. That's what this video is about, actually. I'm going to explain all that. I can dump some of these out here. Okay, so it's a little bit tough right now for the scheduling. So I'm going to get that out. So a big shout out to Cheese Hound and a big shout out to all of you as well, okay? So this is the garlic supreme stack. Beef, cheese. Definitely tastes the garlic. Onions. Very nice. I don't get a lot of food aside from donuts at Tim Hortons. I remember a time when Tim Hortons, that's what all they're known for was donuts. That was pretty much it. I remember about 30 years ago they started coming out with bowls of soup and stuff like that, and with these buns that haul out the buns and have chili in there or something like that. Now they have a very diverse menu. I'm not crazy about these wedges. I'll tell you why. You know, sometimes when you order French fries, and they give you all the gnarly little bits. It's kind of what this reminds me of, There's a lot of that. Now, some people like those. Ask you why. But not when that's pretty much all there is. Now, there's a decent one there. I didn't bother ordering a drink. There's a slight sweetness, a slight tang to it. Could be the caramelized onions, I'm not sure. But this, the way it's grilled, it's very, very nice. So, it's been a bit challenging lately. Oops. For me to put out videos. There's a nice one. Because the condo unit is being remediated. In other words, renovated. I could shoot videos anytime I wanted. Sometimes there's some guy across the street with a leaf blower. I have to wait till he's finished, or the maintenance guy be out in the hallway vacuuming or doing something, or people be talking out there. But now it's like, it used to be I could shoot videos morning, noon, and night. Now this work crew. Usually starts packing up around 3. So the building quiets down after that. But sometimes there's still a little bit of noise till 3:30 or so. So I'd record my videos, preferably after that time or on weekends. Sometimes I record when they're here because they're not always working out here, they're doing something else. I find it more bothersome when I don't hear noise, because I'm thinking, well, what are they doing if they're not hammering and whatever it is they do, right? Now, there was times, I mentioned this before in another video, when they were jackhammering all the cement right outside my door. Well, not conducive to good ASMR. This is good, but I wouldn't order it again. It's missing something. I know it sounds weird, but some coleslaw on top there would probably be really good. You just kind of need that crunch and something else, it's just kind of like it's tasty, but it gets quite boring after the third bite, So I did mention before they're replacing all the windows, the sliders, taking off all the siding that was there. Going right down to the peel off all the stucco, the siding, going right down to the bare bows, right down the wood. Past the vapor barrier and all that, and not the vapor barrier, the Tyvek and all that. They start right here on this side first, they'll go to the other side later. Now, as an owner in this building, I voted for this. I'm all in favor of it. But that's just the situation as it is. So that takes me to shout-outs and that sort of thing. Your shout-outs may, unless you give me a lot of notice, you may not hear them right on your birthday or whenever, okay? But I'll do my best. Horton'S has a lot of good products, but this ain't one of them. Not crazy about it. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes good. It's just, like I said, it's boring. It needs a crunch or something, you know. Even some pickles or some lettuce or something, you know. But certainly is satisfying if you're hungry. The cheese they put on is quite nice. Tastes like a Swiss or something. Now this building was built in 1980. It's still in good shape, but the wood, the cedar siding was starting to kind of curl and split. I have one floor above me, and my balcony, the joists are all in good shape, as were most of them are, until you get up above. And that's because they didn't have as much overhang, so their decks are not as protected as much. Those wedges were just a little too gnarly, you know. I know I probably mentioned this once before, but one time, many years ago, a group of us went out to a restaurant, and the lady ordered fries, and they gave her a plate of fries, and it was just all these little tiny bits, you know, like the leftovers that were all gnarly, and I said, you know, you can't possibly be serious about eating those as well. You know, I don't really want to send her back. I said, well, basically what it was, she didn't want to speak up, so I spoke up for her, and I called the waiter over it. I said, that's just totally unacceptable, and it is, and I don't often complain. And I wasn't even complaining for myself. Oh, this was somebody else at our table, a good friend. Now, I asked for 2 donuts of their choice. They gave me that chocolate-coated cruller. That looks really nice. Tastes good too. That one looks good. So these renos, I've heard different. I mean, you always hear, you know, different, you know, rumors and gossip. I heard they could take as long as a year. Might be. But so far they're moving at a pretty good clip. was all scaffolding, and it's enveloped. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in the long run, when it comes to birthday shoutouts or anniversaries or whatever, I need as much notice as you can give me, okay? I can certainly give you a shout out, but I just can't guarantee it'll be on the day you want it. Wow. Toasted coconut. That's nice. Now I'm almost certain that once I get a new slider and some new windows, there should be less outside noise. Very good chocolate donut with toasted coconut. Wow. Very nice. Tim Horton's makes excellent donuts, but I was not impressed with that garlic supreme stack or those potato wedges. Wow, I'm getting full. It's a lot of carbs. I'll definitely be going for a bike ride this afternoon. Well, after dinner when it cools down. It's still so hot lately, I'm not complaining. Very hot. And the sun kind of takes that sort of glow, you know what I mean? Kind of cool, actually. Looks good at nighttime. Not nighttime, but evening. Just, after dinner, take the dog for a walk, and that's good coconut. And I just see the sun up there, going down. Big red ball. Love it. Wow, that was delicious. Well, the donuts were. But, like I said, that sandwich was not bad. It was just it needs something, you know. I think it's like 8 something, almost $9 or something. Kind of steep, even for Tim Hortons, because their prices are normally, you know, fairly good. This was 2 something for the wedges. Oh, there it is, my friends. Wow, empty. What a mess. Okay, you look after yourselves, look after each other. Stay amazing in the land of awesome. We'll see you next time, okay?